All right, welcome to this daily/weekly Sidereal Astrology forecast while I'm away relocating right now at the moment. This is for November 2nd through the 8th, and for Sidereal Astrology, if you're new to this type of astrology, do check the description down below. All right, so this week we have a lot of shifts and changes taking place. On Monday, we have Venus and Mars conjoining, and when they do, both planets go into Virgo. Then later in the week, around Thursday, the Sun goes into Libra, while the Sun sextiles Pluto. So shifts usually feels that way too when the planets change signs like this. And in some regards, it's very similar. With Venus and Mars going into Virgo, there's already been quite the energy here. We've had the Sun here for about the past month and a half. We've had Mercury here as well for the past couple of months, and the last new moon also. So this has been all about taking care of the daily routines. Maybe it has to do with the work environment, health, diet, self-improvement in general, which has been the overall theme for the past 2 years with the North Node here. It's all about grounding that spirituality and really applying ourselves in a very grounded way. But now with Mars and Venus, there is motivation for the next few months to maybe get things done, maybe take care of that health, that diet, that routine, that service work. Venus here means we can enjoy it quite a bit and maybe even make some connections along the way in the work environment or what have you, and enjoy that overall self-improvement. Now, one thing I want to say is that these two planets are going into unfriendly territory. Venus is going into debilitation here in Virgo, and Mars is going into an unfriendly sign. So the key with this is that when the planets are in uncomfortable areas, it just means there's a propensity for the imbalance to occur between them. So it's important during this time to bring extra attention to those relationships, to those values, and at the same time to our own assertiveness, to take things nice and slow. It's a great time of getting things done, but at the same time, Mars, a very fiery, passionate planet going into a very grounded, earthly Virgo, can mean we have to maybe take it a little bit slower. Maybe we have to go back and take care of some things, cross the T's, dot the I's, that sort of thing. And so as long as we're open to that, and we are open to a slow type of improvement, then it becomes very constructive. And with Venus, we can enjoy it quite a bit. So that's going to be very important. And right at the beginning of the week, this conjunction is signifying that yin-yang, masculine-feminine energy, good for igniting relationships. It could be romantic or otherwise, just that energy is available, could be quite assertive, could enjoy asserting ourselves and moving forward with any goals as well, especially relating to this Virgo daily self-improvement energy. So that's Monday, and then on Tuesday we do have this opposition from Jupiter and Chiron, which has been sort of in the background last week. And after this, there is this rejuvenation process, as there often is with Chiron. And here it's a rejuvenation of our outlook on life. Jupiter is about what's possible. And so seeing what's possible, being open to it, but at the same time, maybe healing some wounds relating to that or inhibitions about that, maybe about expressing ourselves too with it all in Leo. So the key is to be open to learning, being open to seeing what's possible, continuing to express ourselves, and naturally in that process, the healing will take place. I feel like it's going to come across as quite easy, in fact, because it is involving a benefic. And then after Tuesday, there is this sort of revitalization that usually takes place after a Chiron transit that helps us feel sort of healed and revitalized after that process. So that's the early part of the week, and then this later part of the week, Thursday and Friday, that Sun goes into Libra, while at the same time sextiles up to Pluto. So the Sun also going into debilitation. Now again, this is about finding that balance, and here with the Sun, it's about interrelationships. One thing about the Sun, and the reason why it's exalted in Aries, is that it's all about shining. It's all about the self, just sharing the self, expressing the self in whichever manner it takes. But it's important that in a Libra sort of energy to observe others in the process, of course, in our relationships, to have that awareness of harmony and balance, and to keep everything on an even keel. Then in that way, actually, the self-expression does come alive. In fact, it's through those inner relationships we can gain a tremendous amount of energy. With the Sun in Libra, a passion and excitement about it. And with the Pluto sextiling the Sun aspect, it's really positive in the sense that it's clearing away any old energies now. So it's a great middle to later part of the week for change. We're going to have a new moon here next week, and so it's a good time for clearing out any old things relating to self-expression, relating to relationships, and this is our perspective, mostly our focus, which is the sun, and in that way we'll make way for these new beginnings next week. So with that taking place, Mercury does also trine up to Neptune. So there is easy go, an easy flow of the energy. Mercury is exalted still in Virgo, and trining up to Neptune does signify that, maybe that space, maybe that ebb and flow in the daily sphere can be quite enjoyable at that time. Maybe even good for, reading, writing, and taking it easy to enjoy more of those mental or communicative aspects of life. So then the week tops off here on Sunday, Saturday and Sunday, with Venus going over the North Node. And there's been a lot of planets over the North Node now. So now with Venus, it's about shifts and changes with relationships, new ones, existing ones, but it's about the future here. And it's all about that development, self-improvement of Virgo. So learning more about it, getting involved there over the weekend, be a great way of working with it. And in that way, it's allowing these new shifts to take place, which are for our life path and for our future, which is that transiting North Node. So that's the general energies. The emphasis is certainly and twofold at the beginning of the week, that Mars-Venus energy right there in the relationships with the assertiveness, shifting into self-improvement and growth with that. Some healing continuing to take place this week. Then around Wednesday, Thursday, a shift into inner relationships and a change there, as well as maybe even going with the flow and taking it easy, ending with some changes in maybe the values in our life. All right, everyone. So I hope you all have a great week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.